we judge each other by our face, basically, most of the time. The rise of the selfie is very new. Um, you know, we take more pictures of our face most of the time. And now we obstruct it with filters using a certain angles, making the light good. Like we know for fat chicks that they always, take a picture with it kind of just like showing their titties and their face and everything, and it can look quite appealing. But then when you see them in person, they're like, huge. These things all the time. And it's just dishonest, and it's a lose-lose for everybody involved, because let's say you go to meet them in person and they don't look how you think they're going to look. Okay. You lose, but they also lose because they are like lying to themselves, and it's making it unrealistic face, and it's making you kind of honor the AI version of yourself, the digital version of yourself, more than the real you in real life. Women also are using a ton of makeup as well. And if you think about it, I guess the makeup and the filters can really change a girl a decent amount, but it's like almost at what point are you just going to perpetually hide that all the time? You know what I mean? It's a bit dishonest to everybody involved, and it's like how they have guys too that do this looks maxing stuff and everything. They have like on TikTok, I see a lot of this. They have basically like inserts that go in your shoes so you can be taller and stuff. It's like, yeah, but like your shoes are gonna come off. So she's gonna see that it's kind of like a lie or something like that. So the looks maxing, the face filters, all this stuff, it's all about what? Vanity. Okay, what's the vanity for? To gain status. The vanity is to gain status, which then you hope will get you money or women or some acclaim or some respect. So, and people right now, they value looks over everything else, which is very shallow. That's why we have a lot of very shallow people. Women can be shallow in a sense because if they're just hot enough, they can be like a mute, and like no one will really care, and they're going to have a pretty good life. But if someone is not attractive, they might actually have to develop a personality, being funny, being insightful, being fun to be around. Even if you look like a bridge troll, you can still be like, fun to be around, a giving person, an entertaining person, things like that. So we're learning to algorithmically devalue those things in our culture. People care more about an Instagram look than character. Like they've done a few studies on like Tinder and some of these dating apps where the guy says like, "Oh yeah, I was hitting kids, but now I'm single and I'm a great guy, even though I just got out of prison." And they just made him good looking, and the women did not care at all. So looks do sort of override a lot of character and whatnot. And most of the looks that we perceive before we even meet somebody in person are generally online and through filters and stuff like that. And I would say a filter can maybe only change 20% of what is there, but it's just why not just be you? And that's part of what the AI and the algorithms and stuff, they want you to not really just be you. They want you to be what the algorithm wants. And you get more rewarded, and then you get basically social credit. So like these things, looks and everything, are also going to soon be linked to social credit. I'm not quite sure how they will do that, because we already sort of even have that now. If someone is hotter, they're more likely to be an elected official. If someone is hotter, they're more likely to get away with a ticket. If someone is hotter, they're more likely to be able to like be late to work often, and so on and so forth. Things like that. Oh yeah, snowboard. Did you see the video where he didn't know that she was a single mom? Yeah.
The selfie. Heart it or hate it, Instagram and Snapchat are working to ensure they're here to stay. In fact, social media sites are constantly finding new ways for your selfie to evolve. Snapchat introduced something it calls lenses. It uses augmented reality over your face. Instagram quickly added its own version.
New face filters on Instagram today. This is my favorite one so far. Nice job, team.
You can tell that Mark Zuckerberg doesn't give a damn.
These filters are, of course, a fun way to change your species, age, or gender. How you doing?
See, notice they wanted to make sure to do a gender one. So with the filters, it's important to know this because this is how they begin to distort the reality. This is the beginning of getting you comfortable with a deep fake. This is the beginning of them saying, see, you already kind of live in a metaverse a little bit because we can just change how you look and people will perceive that way. And then you start to feel that way. They're not very imaginative or creative. Like they look okay, but it's not like people are using them to create something with. They're only using any of this stuff to be either maybe kind of funny, but mostly just the 304. It's crazy. That's Snapchat. Come on, man. Yeah. We know Snapchat is used for that, but it's the idea of filters. I'm sure Instagram and a lot of other stuff have this too. And just with AI, they can make filters better. And filters are kind of cool, but they're gonna be used in a degenerate manner, in my opinion. And in an opinion, and also the filters are always going to make you compare yourself to something that you're not. That's not even true.
Or give yourself a complete
particularly for women
makeover. But when you take a closer look, you may notice some of these filters actually change your features. Bigger eyes, longer eyelashes, higher cheekbones, smoother, poreless, sometimes even fair skin. And then there are photo editing apps like Facetune, which allow you to toy with your image in real time. Whiten your teeth, thin your nose, brighten your eyes, and plump your lips.
It's like an enhancement. Like you just look like a more put together, cleaner, or less sweaty, or longer eyelash version of yourself. So that like flawless, kind of superficial look is what all these celebrities are, like you were mentioning, Kardashians or Jenners, look like with their full faces of makeup. I think it really becomes attractive to be able to utilize filters to look that way in an instant.
But digital tweaks which obscure your flaws conform to an
useful for what? Manipulating men.
Realistic and often unattainable standard of beauty, and give some the impression that they have the capacity to look, quote, perfect. That can take a toll on a person's self-esteem, and in some cases are causing a dependence.
If it's a selfie, I will do it with a filter. It's not about like adding any dog ears or like hearts to it. I think it's more just taking away all like skin coloration differences, or taking away your pimples, or making your eyes, I guess, more pop, or like whatever other features that you want to like have pop. I think it's more that for me, just to make it look, I guess, more pretty.
So you can be a hoe. Look, she's a dog. She's a dog.
Natasha is 14 years old and says
she's 14 and already 304. Look at this. There's so much hormones in the water and stuff, guys. This is like crazy.
Suffers from a mild form of selfie dysmorphia, a body image disorder defined as a need to heavily edit one's own digital image, and an intense dissatisfaction.
So this is a new phenomenon. Let's look at what this just said as body dysmorphia. So the bulimics and other people like that, they had it's called BDD, body dysmorphic disorder. So basically these people would feel like they are 300 pounds, but they're really like only 130 pounds and skinny as a rail, but they like would see themselves that way. This is even a new take on that.
from a mild form of selfie dysmorphia, a body image
Selfie dysmorphia. This is a new mental illness, is what I'm trying to tell you.
disorder defined as a need to heavily edit one's own digital image and an intense dissatisfaction with one's own appearance after using digital filters.
Okay, good. This is what I wanted to talk about. And a lot of this affects women, but I'm sure it affects everybody. A body image disorder defined as a need to heavily edit one's own digital image as an intense dissatisfaction with one's own appearance after using digital. So intense dissatisfaction is what we need, what we're talking about, but from a digital image. This is also the beginning of the image world, the online world, online database being actually more important than one's real life.
And in severe cases, it can lead to drastic actions.
But one of the strangest I had was a patient who really wanted bigger eyes, like the actual filter had given. It wasn't possible.
Jesus. Who wants like a bug-eyed, like, this is like crazy. I don't know if this is for people who are into like anime characters or something, but I don't think I necessarily would want that.
To give her bigger eyes, and I tried to explain many times why surgically and non-surgically this could not happen.
That's the cosmetic surgeon who coined the term selfie dysmorphia after noticing an alarming trend among his younger patients.
Usually before, way back, patients would bring in pictures of celebrities, so maybe Angelina Jolie's jawline or someone else's nose. It helped them give them a way of describing what they needed to the physician, which was okay. What then I started noticing were people were using altered and filtered versions of themselves. They wanted to look exactly like that image.
A phenomenon that...
So they want to look like an image of somebody else that's not them. They want to conform to what they're seeing.
wasn't exclusive to his practice in the UK.
Well, if you wish you looked more like your doctored selfies, you're not alone.
Like, this is part of what I'm trying to point out here is like people are kind of being a little bit scared to just like be themselves. Also snowboard can now get super chats. Yeah, I can now. Yeah, if someone would super chat me, that would be, I need to make $10 in order to see if the super chat or super sticker thing works. And then I can begin coming monetized and a couple more things. So if we could do like a $11 super chat or something, so maybe it's over $10, but I think I need to make like $10 or so. That'll be much appreciated.
Snapchat
just so I can get the paperwork like started. It still takes a while.
Dysmorphia, with young patients wanting surgery so they can look more like they do in filtered selfies.
In 2017, 55% of surgeons reported seeing patients who request surgery to improve their appearance in selfies, up from 42% in 2015.
Selfie dysmorphia is real.
And we got to see how long. I guarantee you guys. So this is what I'm also trying to point out too. This is a first world luxury disease. Period. This is a first world luxury, vanity, self-obsessed, vapid disease. I guarantee you this doesn't exist anywhere else in the third world or anything like that.
Actually had clients come in with their Snapchat filters, and usually I'll make a joke about how, I can't put the whole picture together because I don't have the bunny ears in my cabinet. A lot of people don't like that.
Not even funny. Yeah, they don't like that when they're going in to get surgery.
Megan Kozak calls herself a face architect. She believes celebrities like the Kardashians and the Jenners still dictate beauty trends, and technology is simply making people more aware of what's possible.
We can all thank Kylie Jenner for the big, massive boom in the industry. So in 2014, when she came out with her lip injection, everybody wanted lip injection. It was lips.
She looked fine before. I don't get where a lot of this stuff comes from. Oh, hang on a second. I think I did get a super chat and stuff. I have to go check it. Hang on a second. Thank you, Seagrip. I've never got one before, so I didn't know if I had to check it in the I have like another YouTube page playing, so let's see what it comes up on here. Yep. I got diddled by Seagrip, got the super chat cherry. So thank you. That should make it be enough that it now can begin to like monetize me, I think, once this maybe the stream ends or something like that. So thank you. I really appreciate it. And I might start being a complete super chat 304 and stuff too. You never know what might happen.
After lips after lips.
You don't think I won't sell out real quick? No.
In 2018, a study by the American Academy of Facial Plastic and Reconstructive Surgery revealed a 24% increase in cosmetic surgery or injectables in patients under the age of 30 since 2013. Unlike prior generations who kept quiet about getting work done, these procedures are more normalized, even considered mainstream.
Like, we're bombarded every single day with these filters and adjustments. So you really take a look at yourself in the mirror. And if you don't measure up, then sometimes you can start to feel insecure about yourself. The truth of the matter is everyone can use Botox. Everyone needs it, right? Like, we're working at our muscles.
Everyone needs it
each and every day, and we're all having wrinkles. But if we get Botox, then it's almost like a Snapchat.
So another reason why they're doing this too is because they partied and they didn't preserve their beauty. They wasted it with nug, these clubs, raves, partying. Remember, they got free dinners, free drinks, free drugs, free everything for a long time. The other women that didn't do that and lived a very conservative lifestyle and kind of sort of a lower stress lifestyle, didn't drink and smoke and vape and take dual dicks and stuff like that, they don't need as much of this. Why? Because they didn't run themselves into the ground like a dog. That's why.
Filter, right? That you're walking around with a Snapchat filter instead of having to filter your photos afterwards.
While selfie dysmorphia is not a medically recognized condition, experts say it could be signs of a larger mental health issue.
Seeing themselves.
Again, this is a first world white woman luxury privilege problem. Like I said, they have taken this. So the body dysmorphic disorder is a real thing. And I said it's called BDD. And I've seen people that have this that like would not eat anything to the point where they're almost dying because like, well, I'm way too fat. But they like believed that they were really that fat. So you had to like give them like, if they didn't have enough like food, they would just basically kind of die and like wither away. So I've seen stuff like that before. But this doesn't even have to do with who you see in the mirror so much as it mostly does online. It's more about the digital identity.
Through a lens that is
It's such a luxury problem to have.
Much.
It's actually a very spoiled, selfish, vapid, vain. You know, this is vanity.
Tainted by, the filtered lenses that, people are putting up on social media. So I should look like her, or, my body should look like, her body. It can create depressive symptoms. It can create.
And I like a girl kind of without makeup, to be honest.
Low self-esteem, confidence issues. And I see tons of that. We see tons of that.
Global News reached out to both Instagram and Snapchat, but neither directly commented on selfie dysmorphia. What they did say was that filters were not designed to alter a person's appearance. They are about other forms of fun, meaningful, and artsy expression. Snapchat has never been about being perfect. It was designed as a place where people feel free to be their authentic self. While there are trends out there like #NoFilter, which push for a more authentic online presence, it's hard to resist the temptation of a seemingly picture-perfect, ever-evolving selfie.
Thanks for watching Global News. Hey, Kitty, I'm trying to work here. Thanks for watching Global News. If you enjoyed what you saw, like the video. You can also hit the subscribe button for all the latest
Shut up, Ho.
Strongest poisons around.
Hang on a second. This is Swedish or Swish, which I like already. Make sure we get the white information and not the wrong information. How Botox affects our brain.
Botulinum toxin type A, or Botox as it's commonly known, is
so it's a which I didn't know that it's a toxin like that called Botox. I didn't know that, but what I'm assuming without hearing the rest of it is they're trying to like create an inflammation in the body, like a swelling. I would imagine.
It's one of the strongest poisons around. Botox is used commercially to reduce wrinkles by paralyzing the facial muscles
Let's
on
be honest, we can call it Botox.
the forehead. The Smooth Line Cosmetic Treatment Clinic in Zurich treats up to 30 clients with the substance every day.
Das ist ein weltweiter Trend.
It's a worldwide trend, but Switzerland has one of the world's highest rates of Botox use per capita.
Why? Because they have rich white women who are Instagram 304s. Like, that's who goes to Switzerland and places like Davos and all those conventions and stuff like that.
Treating wrinkles with Botox affects the brain. That's the finding of a recently
She's actually kind of hot.
published study by the University of Zurich. Research leader Arko Ghosh demonstrates how the study was carried out. The team measured electric signals inside the brain before and after Botox treatment.
She might have not really had that much going on anyways.
Most important things we have found are regarding how the brain responds to a very small loss of movements. And secondly, how a very small loss of movement in one body part can affect a body part very far away.
If we wrinkle our forehead or raise our eyebrows, we stimulate
Well, that's interesting.
our brain via the many nerves in our face. The area marked in red processes these sensory stimuli. When we inject Botox, or Vistabel, as the substance is often called in Europe, it paralyzes the muscles on our forehead for several months. This paralysis also reduces the amount of impulses sent
And probably a blood flow reduction.
to the brain. The area in red becomes less stimulated, and this also affects the area next to it, marked in blue, which is connected to the hands. 6 months after Botox
Ooh, that's pretty interesting.
treatment, the
And I'm pretty sure like the right-hand side of your brain more controls the left-hand side of your body and whatnot.
researchers have
Vice
come to the
versa.
conclusion that the brain reacts less to impulses coming from the hand than before.
Wow, so it's making them even more dumb and numbskulled.
So
It's
what
literally making them a numbskull.
it means is essentially that a small cosmetic paralysis of the face may be altering the way we feel touch using our hands.
In what kind?
So that is again a very difficult question to answer because all that we know is that the brain is responding differently to touch than it did before the cosmetic treatment. Now, exactly how you utilize that difference in your daily life, we just can't answer that right now.
According to Smooth Line's
Well, it's also not a great idea to like take things from outside of the body and be putting them in the body, unless it's like herbs. But like in this case, like you're injecting something, but generally you want to deal with everything internally.
and isolene, botulinum toxin is one of the most researched active pharmaceutical ingredients in the world. He doubts the significance of the Zurich study and says more test groups would be needed.
Man weiß, dass natürlich, wenn der Muskel
One knows that when the muscles relaxed, other feedback mechanisms kick in. But one can't deduce from this alone that this has a positive or negative effect.
oder einen positiven Effekt hat.
A Botox treatment takes between 30 minutes and an hour. It can cost around 500 Swiss francs. When presented with the study findings,
Guys, this is them simping. You know what I mean? So this is them kind of simping.
Botox producer Allergan told Swiss television that it had not yet observed any loss of sensitivity in hands after a Botox treatment. The University of Zurich is continuing its research.
Interesting. This is what I want to look at.
See now, I'm good enough. TikTok's bold glamour filter is having a moment with hundreds of millions of videos using the beauty filter.
Whoa. This filter should be illegal. Here's the real me.
You are beautiful just the way you are.
From doggy ears to artistic.
Your dogs! Look at this! 2 dogs. Disney brain idiots, 304s.
Doggy ears to artistic AI renderings, filters are nothing new.
Look at me, I'm Caucasian.
But this is something else.
The bold glamour filter.
Unlike filters of the past, the bold glamour filter basically overhauls your entire face, contouring and reshaping in real time.
That filter.
When we use filters for the purpose of beautification.
Slow this down a little bit. I mean, I like filters for the sense of art. They're pretty cool, and they're could be used for other things like that, like, you know, like saying funny shit or like acting or doing something like that. So I might end up using some filters and stuff in the future. But I think they just distort your perception. That's usually not that good.
This version of ourselves that might have a completely different bone structure, wearing lots of makeup, and essentially looks closer to the typical beauty ideals of the time. It creates a big mismatch between our ideal appearance and our actual appearance.
Glamour filter is a lie! Because this filter uses sophisticated AI tech, it doesn't glitch, so it can be...
And this is designed, like, China loves giving you this. So probably the Chinese TikTok doesn't really have that.
Extra difficult.
By the way, I kind of actually like TikTok a little bit. It just can scramble your brain and be addicting, and like you got to delete all the like sometimes the people are just really annoying and shit like that. But I think TikTok is actually like pretty cool sometimes.
Users to pick up on where and when the filter is even being used.
When we're scrolling through social media, often we're just kind of accepting what we see as reality.
Because you're a sheep too. This is something sheep will do. They say, oh, well, I have to change my face to look better to the algorithm because the algorithm will make me come into closer contact with the right person or anything like that.
We begin to think that everyone in the world looks like that. And that lifts this standard of beauty that we expect of ourselves.
Hold on. Who are you? 1 in 3 Australians is already unhappy with the way they look, and 35% of people have trouble identifying.
That's a lot, guys. If they don't like the way they look, they don't have a lot else going for them, too, sometimes.
When something has been...
No one fully likes the way they look. Everyone has, you know, some flaws.
Altered. So, more than a light airbrushing, these filters can wreak havoc on self-esteem.
As soon as you've been exposed to this filtered image of ideal beauty, it's already seated in your mind and it can have an effect.
I don't think my brain knows how to deal with looking like this 1 minute and then this.
Oh, man. That is crazy. Thanks for being here, guys. I'm going to put the StreamYard link out. Only a few more view hours, or like 500 view hours away, and a couple steps, and I'll be monetized, and I'll really want to make some cool subscription levels where I actually want to do some pretty cool subscription based stuff in the future. I'll have like one subscription, but I'm gonna make a subscription where I actually like send you stuff in the mail, some things like that, which would actually be pretty dope. We are going to be printing QR codes that can be tattooed on girls' asses and stuff like that will scan to the show. So that's coming. That'll be a sticker form, tattoo template. Other things like that are coming in the future. But that's going to be part of your subscription thing.